Track and field has produced moments that change how people see sport. Not the clean wins, not the favorites who run away from the field. The moments where someone is dead last, out of position, out of time, and still finds a way to cross first. This video is about those people. And one of them just rewrote 40 years of history in the rain. In March 1989, at the World Indoor Championships in Budapest, Paul Ereng lined up for the 800 meters final. Nobody in that building expected him to win. Just over a year earlier, he was a 400 meters runner. He only switched to the 800 meters in late 1987. At the 1988 Seoul Olympics, experts gave him almost no shot at a medal. His semi-final personal best of 1 minute 44.55 seconds quietly shifted some opinions. But not enough. The final told a completely different story. Ereng sat in 8th place for most of the race. Not because he was struggling. Because that was the plan. As the field entered the final straight, he released a surge that none of the leaders could handle. He crossed in 1 minute 43.45 seconds. A new personal best. A gold medal that stunned the sport. Then came Budapest. Same race, same strategy, same result. At 600 meters, the leaders thought they had full control. They did not. Ereng powered through the final straight and stopped the clock at 1 minute 44.84 seconds, a new world indoor record. The strategy looked impossible on paper. Ereng made it look easy in real life. But here is where this video gets heavier. 5 years before the 1990 Commonwealth Games in Auckland, Andrew Lloyd was in a car crash that took his wife. He suffered serious injuries. Almost everyone around him believed his running days were finished. August 17, 2014. European Championships in Zurich. Women's 4x400 meters relay final. When Floria Guei took the baton for France, her team was sitting in 4th place, nearly a full second behind the leaders. At 200 meters into her leg, the gap had stretched to over 12 meters. Every woman ahead of her had run a faster individual 400 meters time earlier in the championship. There was no logical reason to believe Guei could win this race. Coming off the final bend, she hit speeds above 29 kilometers per hour, the fastest woman on the track at that moment. She passed Russia. She passed Great Britain. In the final 2 steps of the race, she passed Ukraine right at the line. France won gold. 3 athletes with better individual times. One finish that erased all of it. Not every comeback in this video happened because of heart or willpower alone. Some comebacks exist because of someone else's decision to cheat. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is the greatest 400 meters hurdler who has ever competed. She holds the world record at 50.37 seconds, set at the Paris Olympics on August 8, 2024, 1 day after her 25th birthday. She was the first woman to break both 52 and 51 seconds in that event. She has 2 Olympic gold medals in the hurdles. Both times she won, she broke her own world record in the process. In 2025, she stepped away from the hurdles and entered the flat 400 meters at the World Championships in Tokyo. People had real doubts. Her personal best in the flat 400 was solid, but not dominant. The Olympic champion Marilita Paulino had gone undefeated through all of 2024. Salwa Eid Nazer had won the 2019 world title in Doha. These were serious athletes with serious records. In the semi-final, Sydney ran 48.29 seconds. She broke Sonia Richards-Ross's American record that had stood for nearly 20 years. She did it without a full effort. She looked at the clock the way someone checks their phone after a casual run. Then came the final. Rain on Tokyo's Olympic Stadium. Paulino right there in the outside lane. The gap between them looked like it could close at any moment. Sydney hit the backstretch hard. Paulino stayed close. Into the home straight, it still could have gone either way. Then, Sydney pulled. The gap stretched. She crossed in 47.78 seconds, the second fastest time any woman has ever run in the flat 400 meters. Only Marita Koch and her 40-year-old controversy-covered record has ever gone faster. Sydney was 0.18 seconds away from rewriting history. Paulino ran 47.98 for silver. A personal best. A national record for the Dominican Republic. In any other era, that time wins gold. That night, It earned silver. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone became the first woman in history to win World Championship gold in both the flat 400 and the 400 meters hurdles. She won World Athlete of the Year for the second time. Femke Bol was the second fastest woman in history over 400-meter hurdles. She had not lost a single Diamond League race in that event for 5 years. 2 world titles, 4 Olympic medals, a world record indoors. Then in October 2025, just 1 month after defending her world title in Tokyo, she shocked the entire sport by walking away. And what happened next? Nobody saw coming. Femke Bol did not just win races. She owned them. The Dutch athlete had been untouchable in the 400-meter hurdles for years. In 2023, she won the World Championship in Budapest. In 2025, she defended that title in Tokyo, running 51.54 seconds and going the entire outdoor season without a single loss. Her personal best of 50.95 seconds made her the second fastest woman in that event in all of history. Only one athlete on Earth had ever run it faster. Her resume reads like something that takes a full career to build. 2 world titles, 2 European Championship titles, 2 Olympic bronze medals in 2021 and 2024, Olympic gold in the 4x400-meter mixed relay at Paris 2024, silver in the women's 4x400 relay at those same games, 5 Diamond League trophies, 3 European Athlete of the Year awards. She did all of that by the age of 25. In Glasgow in March 2024, she set the indoor 400-meter world record at 49.17 seconds. She and one other athlete between them held the 9 fastest times in 400-meter hurdles history. That is how completely she had taken over the event. But right at the top of her game, something changed. 1 month after defending her world title in Tokyo, Bol posted a video to her Instagram. She opened an old diary. The words inside read, "Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Push past your fears and limits. Active, aggressive, and take a risk." Then she looked at the camera and said in Dutch, "Now it is time for a new chapter. I am moving to the 800 meters. The 800 meters is 2 full laps around the track with no hurdles. It lives right between sprinting and endurance, and it is one of the hardest events in athletics to master. Most elite 400-meter athletes who try it fail. The energy demands are different. The race tactics are different. The pack running is something most sprinters never learn." Bol later explained that the idea came right after the Paris Olympics. She sat down with her coach Laurent Mouy, and both of them arrived at the same thought at the same time. They decided she would use the full 2025 season as a farewell to the hurdles, saying a quiet goodbye to the event she dominated, even while winning world titles in it. Her words after the announcement, "The 400-meter hurdles has brought me dreams I did not even dare to dream about. But I still have big dreams. This next one will not be easy. It is uncertain. It will bring new obstacles. And even though they will not be hurdles, I am ready to give it my all." Her coach backed the plan with a specific piece of evidence most people had forgotten. In February 2023, Bol set the 500-meter world record at 1 minute 56.3 seconds. Laurent Mouy said after that race, "I think she is also able to perform over 800 meters. She showed in Boston that she has this efficiency. Remember that number. 1 minute 56.3 seconds, it comes back later." Before looking at what Bol was moving toward, it is worth understanding exactly what she was walking away from. Femke Bol never beat Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. Record of 50.95 is almost 0.6 of a second behind it. In a sprint event, that is a real gap, and made a call most athletes would never dare to make. The 800 meters was not an empty event waiting for her. Britain's Keely Hodgkinson won Olympic gold in the 800 meters at Paris 2024. She ran multiple 154 times in 2025, even while carrying an injury for part of the season. She leads from the front, sets hard early paces, and breaks runners who cannot handle the pressure. She is the best in the world at this event right now. When Bol made her announcement, Hodgkinson responded within hours. She said she could not wait to share the start line in 2026. But she also gave an honest warning. She said she has never had people around her trying to disrupt her race. That is a whole different ballgame. That quote matters. In the 400-meter hurdles, every athlete runs in their own separate lane. There is no contact, no jostling, no one boxing you into a corner. The 800 meters is the complete opposite. 8 to 12 women running together, making contact, fighting for position, constantly adjusting and reacting. It is a physical and mental event that takes years to learn. But here is the thing most people missed in the debate. Bol stands 1.84 meters tall, with a long, smooth stride that her coach described as built for efficiency. Her physical build matches what the best 800-meter runners in history look like. She was not a speed athlete moving up out of desperation. She was an athlete whose body may have always been pointing in this direction. Now the question was simple. Could she actually do it? The plan was clean. One indoor 800-meter race. One indoor 600-meter race. Learn. Gather information. Build for the outdoor season. Bol chose the indoor meet in Metz, France, on February 8, 2026. She had raced at that venue 5 times before. It felt familiar enough to try something completely new. Her only recorded 800-meter time was a 2:19 from 2017, when she was a junior. Every other woman in the race had already run 1:59 or faster. Experts predicted she would land around 2:01 or 2:02. Nobody predicted what actually happened. She ran 1:59.07, sub 2 minutes on her first professional attempt. A new Dutch national record. Her first 400 meters was covered in 57 seconds, controlled and strong. At 600 meters, she had split 1 minute 28.86 seconds and was still running smoothly. Her stride stayed consistent. Her form did not break down. She did not panic when the race got hard in the final stretch. After crossing the line, she said, "It was nice. A bit long, but I will get used to it." Her coach said something even more telling. He said she ran with too much respect for the distance. She held back. The next scheduled race was February 19 in Leuven, France, a 600-meter race. Organizers were already talking publicly about a world record attempt. Then, everything stopped.